Hey everybody, Sdanwolf here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Lost Creek Zoo. Why do I continuously have the unwavering urge to always pick on Beyond Drew TV? I don't know, I just can't shake it. But nonetheless, yes, this was one of those builds where I didn't actually go off any concept art at all. Did not Google anything, did not pull up anything on Pinterest, which, by the way, a lot of people say, dude, where do you come up with these designs? You know, where do you, what's the inspiration sparked from? Honestly, a lot of it is Pinterest, for one. Just, get you a Pinterest account, go there and just type in zoo concept art. That is a treasure trove of really, really awesome ideas. And then, of course, you've got Google, concept art. But another really good one, too, is ArtStation. ArtStation.com, where a lot of these concept artists and, a lot of these just regular artists go and they post their creations. And some of them are zoos, some of them are, enclosures, some of them are just regular, general animal art that may spark, an idea. And, of course, one thing, too, that I do, and speaking of Drew, we pull a lot of inspiration, even within Planet Zoo, we pull a lot of inspiration from theme parks. So don't just box yourself in if you're wanting to go the thematical route like Drew and I do. Now, if you want to just be a total realistic animal nerd, probably not going to want to go the theme park route necessarily. You really even Animal Kingdom, heavily themed. But if you're wanting to, get this kind of pop that Drew and I have a knack for making happen, think outside the box of zoos a little bit. Allow yourself a little bit of creative space to, check out some theme park concept. And if anything, like us, it'll give you some good practice if we ever it'll give you some good theming practice if we ever get a Planet Coaster 2, like we're hoping for one day and like we're praying for and wishing for. Please, Frontier, please. But yeah, so that's kind of what I do too. I don't limit myself to just zoo designs. If I did that, I probably would have been done with Planet Zoo 8 months ago. But I think if you're really wanting to jump in and really kind of pound out some good fantasy themed zoo designs, then I think this is the theme park concept art and zoo concept art is a good place to start. So that's kind of like my short, long answer of the age-old, where do you get your design ideas from? A lot of it is just going off concept art and not necessarily copying concept art. That's not really the point either. But the point is to just get those creative juices flowing and then tailor it to your own style. But it never hurts to get in and get something to kick you off with. So this is basically us moving past the meerkats. We are in the African section of Lost Creek, and we thought that it would be a good time to introduce some southern white rhinos, and that's what we've did. So playing off of trimmers a little bit, you may see them. I'm not sure if they actually make it into the time lapse, but I'll show you in the real-time version. We've got two southern white rhinos, Val and Earl. Of course, Valentine and Earl Bassett from Trimmers. If you've ever seen that movie, definitely go check that out. It's one of my all-time favorite movies. But yeah, brought in a couple white rhinos, brought in bongo hardwoods, amazing little American ibies. These little guys, he did an incredible job on them, and it gives the enclosure such a natural little pop. Just being able to see these little flightless birds, just being able to just walk around and just kind of peck at the ground, because in the modded version, of course they're flightless, and so they can't leave the exhibit. But it's just cool to see them meander around with the white rhinos, and like I said, just kind of peck and wander, and they'll get out in the water, then they'll get up in the mud bath. It's just I think we're always all of us are always looking for that little bit of edge of realism, even no matter how steeped in fantasy builds you are, like me, being one of the steepest with no budget and hyper fantasy layouts. It always adds that little extra kick when you can bring in that realism and that ibis. Like I said, Bongo did such an awesome job on them. They look like they're a frontier animal. They look like they should be in the game. They've been in the game. Really fun stuff. And then the episode that you will actually see after this, like I said, we got the rhinos done, and we actually brought in some tortoises, even some of Leaf's new tortoise designs, but we've even moved on to giraffes now. So the African area is growing pretty quick, and it's weird. It's like I was telling Leaf and Lion Rider and Beyond Drew that it's weird that this even happened, just because of the mental state that I was in with Planet Zoo, and like we were joking last week about the whole meerkat thing, or Sdan didn't get a meerkat from Frontier. Like, it just wasn't only that, but then the forum crap happened with I think if for me personally, it wasn't my intention to hurt anybody's feelings on the forums. With the forums are inundated and they're just they're old fashioned, and I didn't really mean to strike such a harsh chord towards the forum people, even if it come out that way. That wasn't my intention. But nonetheless, if I hurt anybody's feelings over there, then use the forums as a form of communication. I'm truly sorry about that. And what I'm referencing is when I was on the Take Two podcast and was saying that the forums could be like a hyperbole of negativity, which I do stand by that. That it can be a rough place to go. It's like a stepchild to Reddit. It is it can be rough, but singling 8 or 10 people out, like we were saying, definitely didn't mean to step on anybody's toes or hurt any of your guys' feelings that go to the forums, or shame you for using forums. I'm just saying, from my point of view, it is just a rough criticizing place. And I just noticed that with Frontier in particular, it's a place not only with Planet Zoo and Planet Coaster and Elite Dangerous, that's where their CMs tend to hang out a lot. And what I think my concern is if that's where they're hanging out all day and it's a really hypercritical place, just thinking about the mental state of community managers and influencer managers, but not necessarily wanting to individually call out forum members, because there's a lot of awesome forum members. A lot of them name drop me when they're talking about videos and showcases and cool stuff we do in the game. So just wanted to touch on that a minute. I definitely did not want to make that come across as personal, like I'm just digging at and destroying the forums. It's just not really my cup of tea when it comes to garnering feedback and information. And it's kind of like a Planet Zoo Reddit situation for me. They've just become a little weird. And I'm not saying that we're the bastions of hope and integrity here either, being content creators, but I'm just saying that the CMs and stuff don't hang out with us much. So I think the forum people, I think they have more power than they think they do. And when they continuously bash features or portray scenarios that Frontier puts out as never good enough, I'm just saying, I wish they could chill a little bit and just be a little more optimistic, and maybe some of them be a little more constructive with their feedback. And don't get me wrong, I love your zoos, Linda to an extent, really constructive feedback, but sometimes I'm just saying it goes a little overboard on the forums with the attitude kind of like Frontier can't ever get anything right, and they never listen to us. That's kind of what I was going for, not just like picking on a few people on the forums. Definitely not the intention. But anyways, yeah, let's go ahead now. We're over here in the real-time version. Let's look about a little bit, and I will introduce you to Val and Earl. So let's see here. All right, so here we go. Let me introduce you to Rufus and Doofus here. Val and Earl. There's the little ibis I was talking about by Bongo. Isn't that guy cute? Oh no! Watch out, Val! Get back! Sir, you almost stomped that little guy. So yeah, this is kind of like our little, rhino presentation area, and I was using the awesome Simply Savannah Bananas custom fencing here, just to kind of keep people back. Here's Earl over here, always the first to the plate. We've given him a little pond, kind of like a little bit of vegetative, stony backdrop over there. Really, really love those sausage trees. When you're kind of leaving the meerkat area here, we've given you like a little glass open front here to the left. So this is really could be the first place that you would see the guys. And then just a little simple archway here with some of the fake rock work that came with the aquatic pack. And then we've got some little bronze statue heads here, kind of like, Val and Earl's little alter egos here, kind of greeting you into the space. And this is where you can come see the big guys. And I also have some of the white ibis over here with Leaf's little volcanic looking tortoises. Really, really awesome. I told Leaf, I'm like, these guys are like lava tortoises. Like something out of World of Warcraft or something. But yeah, see, like my little birds. Now over here with Val and Earl, they're all kind of dirty because they kind of wander through the mud a lot. But look at that little gate. Doesn't that just really, really add some awesome realism to our big guys over here? Look, Earl is so hungry, he's just gonna sleep in the food. Val's like, come on, dude. They did such an awesome job on these animations. These guys do the little ear flicks. Yeah, a little bit. Hopefully keep the flies out. And then of course we've got the keeper access over here back off of the public area. But I just think this their little habitat here just come out really, really cool. Integrated into this, kind of like this main area really well. And I have no idea what we'll do here. I mean, well, obviously we still have a plethora of animals left. But I think we've got a pretty good start to Lost Creek's African area. And when you come in, of course, you're greeted by the meerkats directly to your right. Then, of course, Val and Earl. The tortoises. And then wrapping around this corner, you come to our 3 giraffes. And we actually even have some little Thompson's gazelles out there with them. So this'll come most likely in a later speed build. We did this on a live stream just not last night, but the night before. And really, really happy with how Lost Creek's Africa area is turning. Whoa! Careful, guys. So yeah, that kind of encompasses the whole start to that. And we got to give a big shout out to Lucas. Lucas has brought in a really, really awesome fence set. And you can get this, you can grab these up on the workshop right now. Absolutely love these. Could probably even, I could see using these around the elephant area. Maybe even these. Just so well done. Love this little guy right here too. That just screams Lost Creek, you know? But really pleased with how that turned out. Lost Creek is definitely expanding. And you guys, if you want, go check out on the playlist on my channel, and you can kind of get caught up. We're not terribly too far into this, like where it would take you hours and hours to get caught up, unless you watch some of the live streams. But yeah, we're making some pretty good progress on this. If you're new, this is Big Brody, who loves his little lagoon here. It's our massive grizzly bear. And then over here off to your right is Wild Burger, kind of like our first main little food court area. Really fun. Then you've got the Gator Trail, which I do not have the alligator mod installed yet again, but we'll get that going. And then right adjacent to the far left of the Gator Trail, you have the Wolf Den. And you can get a good view of them usually. Usually they're kind of wandering around up here. Yeah, there's one of them. Coda, Drax, Luna, Little Jim, and Tahoe over here. So that's kind of like the little northern section of their habitat. So yeah, there is your wolves. Moving down a little further, kind of past the Gator Trail, we've got Lost Creek Ranch and Petting Zoo, which I need to kind of get my modded sheep and stuff back, especially now that Leaf and them, I think they have those ready to go for update 1.6. So I actually had sheep and donkey and cows, and my little piglets were up here. My foxes, they're gone. My little red foxes, I need to get them back. What else am I missing? Oh, my North American black bears, blue and violet. Need to get that downloaded. They're gone since 1.6. And I had some elk over here. I'm not sure if they've been updated yet. And lastly, my cougar, which Leaf said as of Wednesday has not been updated to 1.6 yet. So, you know, we've still got some we've still got some work to do on the modding front as far as getting some of those animals back, but still having a really fun time kind of pushing on into the African area and just using, you know, frontier provided animals, hence your Val and Earl showcase here. So lots and lots of fun. Anyways, guys, I'll go ahead and jump on out of here. That is the newest update as of July 9th to Lost Creek. So give me a thumbs up if you end up enjoying this video, and don't forget to subscribe to keep up with some more Planet Zoo mischief. Don't forget, if you're around Sunday at 1, I'm premiering a Terra Nova showcase for the Terra Nova gang. I built a desert oasis for them on Mars, so swing by on my channel 1 p.m. Eastern time to check that out. And yep, I will catch you guys in the next one. Thank you. See you guys.